to my vlog and welcome back to my van. I've had a couple of last vlogs have not really involved the van, so today I've got a bit of a job to do. There's some quite bad weather coming. I've been a bit lazy over the last week or so with the van. I've been on quite a few big adventures, been alpine climbing, been climbing a lot, and the van has been somewhat neglected, tidying wise and things like that. So today I am going to do that big sort out. I'm going to take everything out, I'm going to lay it all out outside the van and try and have a little bit of a cleanse, and some of it I might get rid of and things, but basically I figured the purpose of this vlog is to show you everything you need to live in a van. This area at the back of the van is where I keep most of my climbing gear and things like that, and things that I generally need to access when I'm not inside the van. So there's lots of little bits like that. The spare tyre lives under the bed near the back as well, and all that sort of thing. I'll lay it all out in a minute and I'll show you sort of everything that I have, but right now I'm just going to get everything emptied out of the van and give it a nice little clean out. Okay, so that is now everything pretty much out of the van. Everything that is coming out of the van is out. I've left the fairy lights up, I've just flipped the mattress up against the side. My electrics are obviously still in, my batteries are still in, my water tanks, my gas bottle, and a few little trinkety things on the back of the bulkhead. But other than that, everything is now out. I'm going to give it a good sweep out, a clean. I'll show you the space that I've got that I work with, and then I'll show you everything that I've taken out and hopefully try and show you where it all goes and why I need it all so much. So I clean my van pretty regularly, I sweep it a lot. This is pretty much the go-to most important thing in my van for keeping it clean. I sweep it pretty much every day. I lift the rug up, I sweep it under there, but I just want to show you just how gross things get and how quickly they get this gross. Okay, she is clean, all swept out, all the sides are wiped down, polished all the wood, and now I'm ready to start going through my stuff outside and start moving it all back in. Floor rug, bags with socks and clothes and underwear, box bag of trinkets that's normally living all over my side, water bottles, cutlery and things to eat off of, boxes of books and DVDs, skis, trousers, tops, toasty machine, cleaning product, oven, saucepans, food boxes, box with washing powder and candles and shower curtains, medications, toolbox, drill, screws, spare carpet, spare glue, WD-40, spare silicone, anything I need for fixing any of my appliances, little table that lives next to my bed, box for standing on to get to my overhead storage, a little chest of drawers, it's got spare cutlery, gloves, adapters for my LPG system, batteries, spare currency, spare fuses, and this is all kinds of spare shoes and things. I used to work with horses, so I've got all my riding boots and stuff, old knee braces from when I broke my knee, snowboarding boots, saws, spare bits of wood, spare bits for the van, old heater, old solar charge controller, spare tyre, festival clothing, winter footwear, spare gas pipes, dresses and things that I don't wear very often, musical instruments, down sleeping bag, ski boots, electrical wires, computer, paperwork, fan for the summer, foam that builds up the area next to my bed, throws that cover everything under the bed, bucket with bags and things in it, bucket for washing bits on the van or doing any work on the van, bouldering pad, climbing gear, ski gear, cushions, rucksacks, yoga gear, another box of random stuff, loads of washing and clothes and bedding and cushions, cuddly toys, mirrors, shoes, jackets, everything. Obviously some of the things that are in my van are not things that everyone would need. These are not all things that you absolutely need to live in a van. A lot of things are things because I want them to live in my van, because I don't live in a van to have a hard life. I live in a van to have fun, so I can go to the places I want to be, so I don't have to pay rent and pay somebody else's mortgage for them. So obviously getting everything to fit back under the bed is like a giant game of Tetris. So I usually try and start rebuilding it from the front, because the wooden boxes go up against this little wooden strip here that stops them from sliding out from under the bed. So I start rebuilding from there, and then hopefully can make it all fit in all the way towards the back. Is quite difficult, and I found quite difficult to store, is shoes, because like you have to have so many shoes, especially living here. Like, it's so cold in the winter, you have to have sorels and warm winter boots, and then you need trainers for hiking around. It's so hot in the summer, you need flip-flops, and flip-flops are easy for getting in and out of the van, and it's just so much, and they take up so much space. So I've got so many of these boxes just to try and fit all my stuff in. Storm started to arrive, so luckily I was almost done. I just gathered up a few last little bits and brought them in, and they're on the floor now, so I'm going to carry on sorting those, and then I should be pretty much done. I can show you what I've done with the van. The back of the van completely reorganized. I managed to get rid of a few little bits, a few old clothes, store things in a slightly different way to give myself a little bit more space than what I had before, which is great. And now I'm just going to do the last little bit, which is sorting out the front of the van, because there's a few bits that live in there as well. So now I'll show you a little bit of that. So basically the stuff that lives in here is all the sort of van related stuff that you would expect. Jump leads, oil, coolant, towing eye, spare water, obviously a speaker because I had my engine replaced and I forgot to get the code, so I can't use my radio, so all my music goes through a speaker. Actually, the main thing in the front of the van is my shower. Beeper for the French toll roads. Snow chains are down there. Okay, I managed to get it all finished just about in time when the storm arrived. Now tucked up warm back in the back of the van. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit more and say, obviously I don't have the answers for what everyone would need individually living in a van. So I've just chosen to show you some of what I have, well, all of what I have, to give you some ideas. But I guess ultimately you can choose to live with as much or as little as you would like. You do have to kind of be prepared to balance how comfortably you want to live versus like how much stuff you want to carry around and how much weight and strain you're going to put on your van. And obviously things like the size of your van will kind of determine and have an influence over what you can carry around as well. But for me personally, as long as you have like what I would call the essentials, which is food, cooking, water, ways to feed yourself, power for like electricity, charging phones, things like that, place to sleep, ways to handle different temperatures, so hot and cold, like a heater or a fan, or even just warm clothes or something, and then a few tools for odd jobs in the van. Then I think the rest is pretty much open to your own personal interpretation and whatever you really want. Thank you so much to everyone for watching. I hope it's been useful or interesting to see what I carry around in my van and where I store it all. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next time. And in the meantime, catch up with me at Cooaroo on Instagram.